Hi, my name is Benjamin Katz and welcome back to the 48 Cent Ice Cream Review, where today I'm at Love Creamery in Duluth, Minnesota, trying the two flavors Vegan Strawberry Crisp and Goat Milk Honeycomb. Let's get started with the Vegan Strawberry Crisp. This is, of course, a vegan flavor. I believe it is a oat milk based, but figure out more in the taste. So looking at the description of the ice cream again, I think it's a macadamia based ice cream, which is not something I see often, but the base works really well. It's not all that perceptible that it is vegan, which is a high compliment to give any vegan ice cream, especially one that is going for a bit more of a traditional ice cream vibe. This tastes kind of like a strawberry crumble ice cream, but you know, it's this roasted strawberry jam that doesn't have sort of the fresh strawberry taste profile, but a deep roasted strawberry profile, which I think works really well with the oatmeal mixed within, and it complements the ice cream base quite well. I think the oats are a bit overpowering. I think they could stand to be a bit more towards the granola side than they currently are, but still, if you put this ice cream in front of me and didn't tell me it was vegan, I would actually raise no suspicions as to its state of origin, right? I am not missing dairy in this scoop. In fact, it's supplying all of the prerequisite desires that come with wanting ice cream and having a dairy-based ice cream. So very, very well done, Love Creamery. I am thrilled that this is so well executed. Okay, let's move next to the goat cheese honeycomb. This is supposedly a fan favorite, so we'll see if the fans are right. They probably are, given Love Creamery's initial track record, but we'll give it a shot regardless. It's like a honeycomb toffee. Apparently it's made in-house, and it's very well made at that. I don't usually like to pick at the quantity of mix-ins, but in this case, I think they could go for a more even blend of mix-ins, right? Because half of this scoop that I got was essentially pure honeycomb candy, and the other half is essentially pure goat cheese ice cream. And it's not a bad thing. Both things individually are very well done, but I think the balance of each bite needs to be considered. In this case, the bites that I've taken are difficult to balance. The chunks of honeycomb candy are large enough at the point that it's not too easy to break them up with a spoon, nor is it easy to self-portion, right? You sort of have to just dip the spoon in and accept whatever comes with. That said, having a full bite of honeycomb candy is not an issue for me, nor is having a bite of this goat cheese base. While I am always uncertain as to whether or not they're using goat milk as the base of the ice cream, when they have goat cheese flavors, I don't think it matters that much. Because at the end of the day, you're still tasting that goat milk flavor, which has a bit more of a tang, a bit more grassiness, and it's a bit less, I would say, sterile than cow's milk, right? We have so much cow's milk that it's sort of become the baseline. And cow's milk, while it is good, it lacks that originality. When you use goat milk or sheep's milk or any other kind of milk, you're imparting new flavors that differ from the norms. And I think that is an essential element of what makes great ice cream great, is that it is willing to sort of push beyond, go beyond, and understand what else exists. And sure, the staples, the classics, you don't want to mess with those. But for a place like Love Creamery that has a lot of this ingenuitive and cool new vibes, I say go for it. Goat cheese honeycomb ice cream? Hell yeah. Okay, back to the vegan strawberry crisp for a second. It's always a dead giveaway as to whether or not it's vegan ice cream by the way it melts, right? There is such a specific way that original ice cream melts that I've not seen a single non-dairy ice cream come close to replicating. Oftentimes they'll sort of glob together. They'll create a bit more of a slimy texture, which makes sense because it's a bit harder to make those ice crystals homogeneous and tiny with a non-dairy base. But still, I always find it unappetizing, to say the least, to watch a non-dairy ice cream melt. Anyway, let's try the two flavors together and see what happens. Oh, that's funky. It's hyper sweet. Maybe it's from the melting honeycomb Maybe it's from the strawberry jam. But regardless, there's this extreme sense of sweetness. It's hitting the back of my palate, which I haven't gotten in a while from ice cream. It's not an artificial sweetness, right? It's a natural sweetness, but I think maybe it comes from eating too much honey, that it's just sort of coating the back upper palate with this overwhelming sweetness. And there's nothing that the oatmeal or the goat cheese can do to cut through with savory notes. It's sweet, the combination of these flavors. And again, not bad, but just a bit overpowering. Let's talk loyalty programs for a second, because Love Creamery has a punch card that they offered me, where, for every $1 you spend, there's a punch card that you can use. I think it's $5 or $10, I can't remember exactly how much, but never expires. Whenever you come back to Love Creamery, they'll punch off another ticket on your punch card, and then after a certain amount of ticks, you get a free small. After a couple more, you get a free medium. After a couple more, you get a free pint. And I love that idea. I think Love Creamery is specifically positioned where they have about 4 or 5 locations in the Duluth area. They're a very localized chain. And they have this opportunity to create loyalty no matter where you go in Duluth. It's something that you really only see from these smaller places. I've only ever seen it in coffee shops or smaller local chains of ice creams. It's this great way to build loyalty and reward the customers and give them a reason to come back. Whenever you're not having ice cream, you're not thinking about ice cream, at least in my experience. Right? I view ice cream as a very impulsive idea. Oh, I'm out in the town, I see an ice cream shop, let's stop in. Rarely do I go out on the town with the express purpose to have ice cream. But then, if you have the punch card in your wallet, in your junk drawer, every now and then you'll just look at these places you would commonly access your, regular utility, and you would find this punch card for Love Creamery, and you would see, oh, I only have $5 more to spend before I get a pint. Let's go back to Love Creamery. And it's this self-perpetuating cycle that builds trust in the local population, builds your local audience, keeps people coming back. I mean, there's a reason Love Creamery is open all winter. They clearly have an audience that is consistent with their love of Love Creamery. And I love that idea. I would love to take it for myself. Anyway, let's get to the closing thoughts. Today I was given a vegan ice cream that I could barely recognize as vegan if I was not told it was such. And Love Creamery is offering me these incredible options, both vegan and non-vegan, goat milk and non-goat milk, right? With these ingenuitive, creative, and interesting flavors. I go to this ice cream shop, and there are several in the area, and I see that these flavors are not traditional, and yet still are compelling. And it's places like this that I love the most, because it's clearly a local presence with local vibes and a great sense of community building and passion. If I am in Duluth again, which I hope to be one day, because this does seem like a cool city, I will be back in Love Creamery, because I love the passion and love the energy. And even though the small was $6, I think it was worth it. If you like this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing, or go to findfiltermarketing.com for more on the journey. Thank you.